Oh, hello there. Welcome to the dungeons. Dayman here. Oh, don't laugh. You know how long it takes a skeleton to grow a mustache? Oh, I can't wait for my beard to return. Now, just waking up on the outpost here. Ooh, let me stretch and get going. Yep. Alright. So, I've just been spending some time with the bow, not like I got any better at it. I have some suggestions on how to get the most out of your loadout. Alright, so this is the final mythical loadouts video, so enjoy, baby. Alright, here we have my initial impressions on how to get the most out of your mythical bow. That's going to involve our poison and ice dagger. Both of those elements help me to keep enemies at bay and take my shots off, which I really needed. The next thing I recommend is a slowing and poison hammer. Anything that's going to make my shots a little more consistent is going to make Dayman a happy camper. I maybe was fooling myself with how my archery skills had improved. As we can tell, I do not have the sort of skill needed to wield even a grenade well. As embarrassing as that might be, these are the weapons I find pair wonderfully with the mythical bow, but that's not all. We will also be talking about our exos here in just a moment. There's also a few mythical weapons that I think pair very well with it. Now, you can also go double daggers. If you have double poison daggers, that's another great pick for it. You can also use things with explosions, such as the axes, though those are just there to pick them up or knock them down while they get up. Any of your hammers are going to be good if you haven't. I do enjoy poison, but let's get into what mythical weapons pair wonderfully with our bow. No surprise, the mythical dagger. Now, I actually do run poison on my mythical dagger, even though I think it's a little underwhelming as the pursuing daggers typically wake up my enemies. But the poison feature has actually been quite useful to keep with my bow. Now, the other thing about it is the branching daggers, you just become an absolute ranged unit. Nothing can get to you. Which is nice if you are like me and you get your toes tickled to death. Now, other great weapons are surprisingly going to be the axe. The axe does very well because it staggers enemies in place, and while they're standing there, you can just unload. That's good for any bow, mind you. Another great pick for your offhand on your hip is the hammer. This thing is phenomenal. Okay, people are walking up on you, bye-bye, and then you just clean up while they stand up. Now, I would almost prefer axe, hammer, and bow for myself, but that's just because I need a standing still enemy. But the daggers are, again, just a wonderful tool in any kit. Now, this is where we're going to talk a little bit about the exos, because there's a caveat I might offer. Now, stillness and vitality are wunderbar. Pull back in order to get just a little more power out of your mythical bow is nice. Impale is phenomenal. If you picked criticals on your bow, then Impale is the way to go. Now, Far Shot. It's not the greatest ever, but I have actually started using it a little bit, kind of regretting that I didn't get shot distance on my weapon perks, and this helps me make up for my lackluster aim. If you saw my video, you already know how bad it can get. But I think pullback is the way to go. Now, when it comes to your legs perks, haste is great. But if you are a teleporter or you want to have some back coverage, having the shield is great. And this is where we talk about the final great pairing with the shield. Another tool of knocking enemies back and then cleaning up is actually pretty good. And it's an early alert system if you're hanging out by a wall. And then you hear the knocking on the door of your shield, and then you know to charge up and start blasting. Now, the caveat here is that while the bow is on your back, only the hand that is on the exo perk, as you can see, my shield is on my left, so only my left hand can grab it. My bow is on my right, so only my right hand can grab it, even if I reach across. You see? So I like my bow on my left hand. It's just more natural for me. And so in that case, I would switch these two, so keep that in mind. And while you have your bow out, you can never grab your shield. Okay? So mind that. So you'll need to drop that bow to get the shield out. Now, a option for your loadouts, and I just bring this here at the end because it's not like it's some kind of great thing or nothing, is having a sword, right? Now, because you are so well stacked with your ranged options, having something to rely on in melee is great. In which case, an ice sword might do you well, because if I'm great in a fight. You give me a melee weapon and I will fight for days. You put a bow in my hand and I am dead in minutes. And that might be true for archers. Archers might also feel that if they're caught into a melee fray, they might get a little frazzled, same as I do at range. So having something like an ice sword will make those fights feel just a little more easy. And as an honorable mention, besides sword's knockdown, these bolts, this is a great ranged option for the comfortable range of an archer. With the knockdown that it provides, make it great for archery cleanup. And hey, who doesn't want more explosions? Alright. I hope you learned something new today. It's going to take a while to get used to that mustache. I can't wait for the rest of it to grow in. Alright, it looks like you're learning something though, because as you know, the Soul Keeper has taken my humanity in exchange for knowledge and a mythical weapon loadout. So, if you've learned something, let me know, and I'll know because my beautiful face will have returned. Till next time, peace.